YAJ effect. YAJ.
You remind me of some old broke up dude from the 1970s. Yeah, you reject. Oh my god, I can't even. You disgust me right
Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.
Go back to bed. Go ahead.
All right, everybody. Hello. It's Tuesday. All right, this is What If you wanted to change something about the way you looked, what do you think your parents would say? What would you change? What do your parents would say? I'm bald. My parents would be like, what the heck?
I wouldn't know what I would change. I wouldn't even know what to do. It's YouTube Tuesday, spiritual brothers, sisters, love fam, and love my grandkids. And, you know, along to go with today's story, what's been on your mind lately? For me, what's been on my mind lately is after, I'm going to go ahead and say it, 18 long years, I've paid child support for a daughter I don't see. But I still have responsibilities to my daughter. And, you know, as the months start to roll by, you know, I hope she thinks of me like I think of her. Because don't get me wrong, I always wanted to see my daughter. It's just that children don't see the red tape behind it. They don't understand that their dad doesn't want to see them. They don't understand that dad can't see them because of the court system, who only play devil's advocate when they feel like it. You know, but today in 2021, you have to come to realize that in your lifetime, that when things don't go right, you have to understand that you have to expect the worst, not in everything, but that life is hard for people who understand that life, nothing's given to you for free. Nothing is ever handed to you. Nothing, if you want something, you have to work hard for it, regardless of everything that transpires. Prime example, I was just showing Antonio a little thing about what they said about how we still remembering Al Qaeda from 20 years ago, what they did to the World Trade Center, but yet people already want to try to make you forget what just happened 20 days ago. This is the mindset of what society is now. It's okay for one group to do the things that they do, but it's not okay for one group to do another. It's okay that we can have transgender, but now you're starting to realize that boys who are physically fit as boys are now talking about they got boobies and they're not in a female sport and they're dominating. You can't have both. So for me, what's on my mind lately is here comes all the crap we've created, and it's going to start to come in your face. And soon enough, you're going to wake up to a monstrosity of crap that you've never seen before. When we have these, we're the product of the 70s, except for Antonio over there, he's the product of the 60s. When we have gone to a point where one generation has done more than the other. My generation has definitely done more than generation. My parents' generation should have done more than our grandparents' generation. But for some reason, they chose peace, love, and happiness, and whatever the hell else they chose that was not irrelevant to what we're doing today. Because
but they didn't have all the electronic stuff that we have today.
They didn't need it.
No, they didn't need it. We didn't need it. And our kids are not going to need it. Because when all this shuts down And them kids looking at each other, and as they get older, going, "What do we do?
But
How do
look,
we do this?"
but look who we fighting for jobs. Our grandparents, our parents. There are still grandparents working at 80 years old, which they supposedly should be on retirement, but they're working till they're 80 because they gave all their money away to Bernie Madoff or some scam, or they spent it all because their pills are like $1,000 a tablet,
Or they're taking care of the grandchildren.
or taking care of the grandchildren. But our generation fight with not only yesteryears, the year before yesteryears, but now we got to fight with the newer generation for jobs. I don't know about you.
Yeah, but we're also fighting because of the robots and the
What
electronics.
robots?
Well, the ones that are coming along and taking our jobs,
Eh,
and the electronics.
Not yet.
Well, basically, yeah, because now people can just get right up on the computer and go pay for anything, and they just deliver it to them. Now they used to do that when you worked at Sears and J.C. Penney's. They had those big books that you would look through and go find things to deliver. They did it that way, but now it's just a boom, and PayPal, pay right on, boom.
Which I'm all for that, because there's some things I don't mind being delivered to my house. I mean, come on, man. I don't mind. But there's some things that I don't mind going to the store for. Like when it comes to an Apple, oh yeah, I'm going to the store. I refuse to buy anything Apple over line.
Oh, you're saying Apple products, not Apple that you eat.
Stay over there in your chair.
Some people, well, some people that you call the grocery store want things done. Some people want to go and pick out their own stuff.
I don't mind. I wouldn't mind calling the grocery store if something happened where my hip. It just depends. It just depends on the circumstances.
If you're hurt and stuff like that, yeah.
But
And of course, there's a pandemic right now, so basically people don't want to go out. Which, okay, I understand that.
to get back on track, the whole thing that I want you to understand, and I want you to truly understand for this year and this year alone, we told you last year, we told you when this whole COVID-19 started, we told you this was going to happen. And it's not like it ain't nothing new. There's a bigger picture, but people refuse to see it. Because honestly, if you really think about it, just like I had to hear people talking about, Biden got in office, you raised everything. No, he didn't. He didn't raise anything. The price was being raised before COVID. When after a few months after COVID, they already started raising prices. But you didn't pay attention. Trump was still in office when they were still raising the gas prices. So you can't blame Biden for it. They were going to raise the shit whether you wanted them to or not. You can't just pick and choose a battle. The thing that you need to do is you need to worry about what is the future going to happen to your children. Did you already set up a plan? Did you set up a plan if something was to happen to you? Because I'm telling you, if you can't trust a family member to take care of your children in case something happens to you, because believe me, family members do steal and they do go spend the money when they shouldn't. But you got to make sure, make sure you have a plan for your children and your grandchildren. Make sure that there's written instructions. I've already started. Believe me when I tell you, I have already started to have a will. I'm starting to work on all the things that needs to be done in case something was to happen. Because believe me, nobody needs to be put in that situation who's trying to bury you. It's already enough.
Oh, it's hard enough. And trying to figure out things, put people in positions, and take care of all the stuff that needs to be taken care of.
I remember back in the day in the early 80s that some kids lost their parents, and their parents were smart enough to have a trust fund. But here goes black kids. Black kids, oh hell no. They stuck with grandma with no money. I hope that my generation of blacks understand that now. Stop leaving your kids with something without anything to even remotely get started in life. Make a trust fund that nobody else can touch until they turn 18 or 19 or 21, whatever. Make something. Get a CD. You think just because I pay child support, I don't try to provide something for my grandkids for their future? Of course I do. I just at least put $20 away, and when I get up to $100, I go ahead and put in my savings account or try to turn into a CD or something. Or I got another thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach my granddaughter how to invest her money within herself, and that's all coming. Do something positive. Because people are not. Stop believing in people. Stop believing in it. It doesn't work. Like the trigonomic effect. It doesn't work. Your falsehood about people is what's going to be your downfall. Because if people was going to change, they would have been changed. From here on out, when February 1st hit, you need to start worrying about your family first, like it always has been in the Bible. Worry about your family. Once you're done with your family, then you move out. That's the trigonomic effect. That way, once your family the foundation is straight, and then say you got say something happened to you and your sister took over. Well, you didn't know your sister saw all that money you saved for your kids. She starts spending it on herself. And believe me, they do that too. But if you set a foundation that says no one can touch this money but these kids, then they're straight. They got enough money for college, or they got enough money in case they need to get a house or something. Because believe me when I tell you, not everybody look out for your kids' best interests. I'm just saying, not everybody. And then all of a sudden, something pass on, and their grandparents, these stories are real. The grandparents, they die suddenly, and this child's left with nothing. I'm just saying, man. Oh, yeah. By the way, since somebody keeps making fun of it, don't forget what's this? Oh, in about 5 more days, my challenge starts. 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, 25 pull-ups. Well, 25 struggling pull-ups, but it's still gonna be a pull-up. Hey, Josiah, keep it up. I'm gonna throw my phone with pinpoint accuracy.
Nice. Behave. On time out.
To that note,
see on
guys.
this side, but you can't see on that side.
That's right, because there's gonna be a barrage of fingers coming.
Hi, Josiah.
To that note, we out. But like I said,
YAJ effect. YAJ effect.
What are you thinking about?
YAJ.
We heard what you thought. I can say that.
You know?
Oh, I doesn't feel like
See? Wow. I am going to do 25 push-ups. I might
How
struggle
many
with
have you been doing so far?
how many did I do so far?
Yeah.
None. Shut up. Who asked you?
Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.